Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here, and in today's video we're gonna talk about Akira and her updates in the final batch for Street Fighter V. And Akira was one of these characters who I think was pretty good, but felt under the Karen umbrella, right? The why play Akira when you can play Karen? Why play Lucia when you can play Karen? A lot of characters in Street Fighter V kinda had to go through that, and she was one of them. Now Karen herself did actually get nerfed, so will Akira be able to take that throne? Let's see. Her main issue was her heavies. The attacks with range for her were overly whiff punishable and also punishable on block. So let's see what they actually did with this character. And the first change is a good one. They reduced the pushback on block for her crouching medium and standing medium punches. So now even on a standing opponent you get a 3-hit string, and obviously if they are crouching you can do something like this, which is pretty good. This is on block only, and obviously this will help with the walk up pressure as well. So it's a buff to her rush down. Sweep, this now have one less frame of recovery and it's minus 13 instead of minus 14. Gonna help in very few matchups. Not really sure which character was able to punish her harder on a minus 14, but yeah, that is the change. Next up, they buffed her V-Trigger 2. Now the entire batch is almost about V-Trigger 2 actually, and they are trying really hard to make it viable. Now what they did with V-Trigger 2 is that they made you able to cancel an EX Fireball into V-Trigger 2. And obviously you will get into the stance, but you can cancel out of it immediately and you will be plus 5. Now you will ask me, Mura, is this good? Well, I mean, if you have the if you have the V skill buff on, this actually can be good because you will get this follow up here and this will give you good Oki. Otherwise, I mean, you're not really getting that much out of this cancel, right? Maybe like very specifically, very close you can get a bunch, but most likely you're not getting that much. And there is a much more degenerate V-Trigger activations that I'm gonna get into, so this one is just alright. They also did change a couple of her moves so that they don't like cross under in the corner anymore. Like for example, Urarimon, this will not go under the opponent, so that is good. It's a consistency change that a lot of characters got. Another change is to the medium punch Urarimon, and this move now when it hits crouching opponents there is less pushback, so this should make the combos more consistent. Now let's get into the disgusting changes, because this is where things get kinda wild with this character. It's EX Urarimon V-Trigger activate, and they actually gave her that. This is very similar to a Urian EX shoulder tackle V-Trigger, Cody EX zonk V-Trigger, and all of that stuff, and it's really good because on this tackle when you happen to like immediately cancel out, you are plus 10, which is a lot. So in an instant like that, right, I mean, that's a really good combo out of it. You will immediately be able to combo a heavy, for example, and if the opponent happen to be blocking, I mean, you are still gonna be plus 4 on this cancel, which is very good. Obviously you can go for one of the follow-ups if you want, but yeah, you can cancel out of this and immediately throw. You're not in throw range, by the way, so here you're not in throw range. You're gonna have to walk into throw, but it's a very slight micro walk, and plus 4 is good enough advantage to actually do that, so that is pretty great for her. Another change is that EX Urarimon can be cancelled even after the V-Trigger is active, and this is a big deal. So what this means is, let's say the V-Trigger is already on and you did an EX Urarimon, right, you can still go into the stance. So this will allow Akira to go for some new really cool and extended combos. So now you can do stuff like this, right, and you will get the juggle, and this is really big, right, and obviously gonna add a lot to her damage output. Now the EX Tatsu also got the same change. With EX Tatsu on the final hit, you can cancel it into the V trigger too, right? And if you put these two changes together, you can actually do a lot of damage here, because obviously this applies to this as well. So now you can cancel into the stance and bam, convert into this. So what this means is that in theory I'm gonna try not to suck, but in theory you can like go for some really good conversions now. So let's check this out. Obviously I dropped it, but yeah, you get the idea. This is what they want. Funny enough, they didn't actually adjust this move not crossing under in the corner. So yeah, but you get the point, right? This is the possible conversions that the possible type of conversions that you can do right now, right? Obviously you're gonna have to practice a little bit to get these. Yeah, there we go. Right? What a cool and flashy combo. It's actually really fun to do, and you can do something even better after that that I will get into. The V trigger cost for these moves have been reduced, and it can be cancelled into V skill 2, and this is a big deal. They reduced the cost so that you can get more out of it. I think now you get like 4 specials. You used to get 3, now you get 4 of them, and they gave you the ability to cancel into V skill 2 out of it. So you might be wondering, why is this significant? We'll check this one out. Right, this is what you can do right now. So you can do something like this, cancel it into V skill 2, and you will get the full pickup, right? So any EX Tatsu on hit, cancel into this V trigger, and then you get to cancel into the V skill 2 for a lot of damage. Like, I am failing it miserably. But yeah, like, you can get this now out of any hit, which is obviously big. This could lead to a dramatic increase in the damage output. So her combo potential, once she lands a hit, is actually very big now, right? A lot that you can do with this. Right? Bam, 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 bam. I mean, she got almost Marvel combos now. Obviously they are very expensive, but you get the point. A lot of combo freedom with this V trigger. And they also did address her other Rekka type moves in this V trigger. What they did is that they made the punch follow-ups like these guys. They are more safe now, and this is good with V skill 1. They made it so that when you cancel into them, you are able to cancel the recovery into V skill 1. So you get a charge and you get the Oki and your +4 on this knockdown. Right, so this is pretty good. This is like they gave you a safer way of doing it, and the moves themselves, they are a lot safer now as well. So right, so when you do the bunch follow-up, right, obviously if you do like up to the final hits, you will be unsafe, but up to the 3rd hit here, you're still -2. So that is really powerful. And as for the kick follow-up, it's kind of the same deal. Right, if you happen to land it to hit, like the kick punch kick follow combo, you can also like cancel it into V skill 1. So this is a pretty cool buff. And finally, they did change her like stance DP thing. Now this is Fireball Invincible from frame 1, which is actually pretty big. Right, this now is Fireball Invincible from frame 1, and it is anti-air invincible from frame 1, or like from frame 3. So yeah, now it's a legit anti-air and it's a legit anti-projectile tool, and obviously you can use it in combos. It does give you a hard knockdown and Oki, so that is pretty great. And that is pretty much it for Akira. Certainly got buffed a lot in terms of the reward. As the Japanese players used to say, Akira always had the firepower, so I'm not sure if she needed more combos. I'm not sure if more combos was what she needed. Also, I will say this activation is disgusting. So this is actually really good to have. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment, it helps the channel so much. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you very much for watching and stay safe.